against Optic, but as the desk was saying, maybe there's a little bit more life to him here.
Zeta, again, traditionally very good regionally. I think at Reykjavik, this is one of the places where they were struggling a little bit. But Laz has been on point so far this tournament and regionally. Not going to find an entry so far on the pistol, though.
No, he was not on point there at all. Still has one shot left in that Headhunter. And flip side are feeling a little bit of pressure come up across the middle of the map. You see them, they're all swarming their way in. The thing is, they've got to be careful because you've got BlazeKing who's watching the flank, and
he's ready for it. They could get by without actually peeking him, though. Oh, and the timing works out for him. And the angle, too.
You tuck against that wall as tight as you can there, big fella. Famous now waiting for the pressure. And it is 10 who wins the duel out. BlazeKing, little warning shot. Now his position's given away. It's almost like he has too many options here. None of them are good. Bobble Flipsider and the rest of the team, including Berserk, are just able to hold the line themselves. Sugar Zero on the site and dead. Boom, win the pistol.
I really hope that pistol round's not what's going to set the tone, because I'm already getting flashbacks of Xset Tertia. Either way, I think the way that BlazeKing played that very, very good. Although he could have spotted them a little earlier. Gave Zeta the false sense of security on that flank that was going to come unexpected. That was going to come as a surprise to them. But Famous was ready, and Flipsider inside a short as well just shot him in the back. And we do have a couple rifles here for Boom. So heavy investment on the second round.
Turret cleared out. KJ's position given away. And it seems like for now, Zeta are mulling over the possibility of going through mid again.
Really just trying to set up Laz again to find some sort of value with the one Headhunter bullet he has. And maybe 10 could follow up, and they might peek window here. But with that drone, I think Laz heard it. They're going to rotate over to A because there's nothing there right now. Boomer doing a great job keeping Zeta back. But at the same time, Zeta feels like they're not budging too much aside from Laz, and Boom might walk into a surprise here with all four players more towards the left side of the map.
10 has now spotted a couple of members this round. Hasn't been able to connect the shots that he needs to.
Pivot again.
Pivot into what? Into Dab.
All the way to C long. Crow still has his Cs. He still has two Prowlers too. There's three players here ready to fight. Sugar Zero with a flash too.
That fault line is good, but the paranoia is even better. It hits them all, and you see the dash has to be used by Berserk to get into Cubby, so he cannot use that to go in aggressively into the side, and Berserk tries to go up top. He's pulled right back down. How much more can Depp find? Still trying to span through. The rifles finally starting to do some work for the side of Boom, but it's gotten to a 1v1. Laz wins it out with that one Headhunter bullet at the end of the round.
That was really close at the end, but Zeta makes the perfect read, and they save all of the utility they need for those final moments where the execute was actually coming in. With 30 seconds left, Boom, a pivot, way too late. And while, yes, they did make a pivot away from where there was already a stack, it's just too slow going around into C long. And they all got Cs, they all got stunned up by Depp, they all got flashed by Sugar Zero. Too much time.
The knife once again is going to spot a little bit mid. We'll see what else they try to do off of this here. Remember, Boom invested, they invested big, and that's why they're just down to pistols in this round. But Blaze, he's crabbed his way forward. Couple of shots miss. Last is not. Paranoid, really nice there, Zeta. Finding the value out of the rifles that Boom could not in the previous round.
Clean too.
One enemy
oh, it's so clean.
Exactly what you want in this situation. That wasn't clean.
That's fine, he didn't die. Most important.
Yeah.
Keeps the rifle. Zeta. A solid anti-eco there, but Boom did get the spike down. The flank, or actually the lurk out as well from BlazeKing all the way top C long, almost netted him a Sugar Zero kill, which you saw how he was impactful late in the round with that paranoia for Laz. So some elements of success from Boom, and they'll definitely have a healthy buy here. I'm curious though, because there wasn't a true plan outside of let's try to get the spike down on. Then there was a solo play on two sides of the maps. So Let's see if the strategy condenses into something coherent here. Already got the star down bottom sewers, so looks like they want to challenge with Berserks.
Deb has his ult. Can't imagine if he uses
his dash. Oh my goodness.
Very good call. Berserk's done. Deb gets the wall up.
He's staying up.
Positions, of course, he's staying up. Oh, Deb finally goes down. They're trying to apply pressure mid too. This round was over very quickly.
Right from the onset. Yeah. That's a good way to get back into it because they maintain the space on the back of them. They're not going to be stuck in a pinch anymore, but they still have to deal with the Laz op. And Zeta is actually re-peeking long A. That's going to get him a lot of information, but in a situation where they're man up, I'm a little curious about this Laz.
One enemy remaining.
That's a big kill too because he had his lockdown. Right? There's a possibility that you choose to invest the ult if they like what they see, but that drops Laz, cleans up the 2 with the op that you mentioned just a few moments ago.
But the important thing about that, I think, is Berserks goes for a play. He uses his dash immediately, and Depp has the same idea. And he can't get away from him. And this is a bad trend that has happened so far for Berserks in Champions. Josh was mentioning on the desk, his first kill stats were really, really poor against Optic for the entry player. So the fact that he goes down there on a play that he did have a 1v1, it was disadvantaged, but still.
Careful here, Depp. Chooses not to buy, only has a frenzy, and again, he has that ult online. Here's the Blaze Storm used for Berserk, you see it as well.
If there's one thing you can do with the overdrive on Neon, it's farm eco, so I'm happy with it, except for the fact that Berserks does have his knives up. So this could still be a very dangerous round.
Yeah, but what wins, a laser or a knife? My money's on the laser.
And both can shoot while moving? I don't know. Doesn't matter anyways.
The op beats both.
And that's going to close the round down before it even starts. Sugar Zero with a great flash again. What a good support player.
Yeah, he's playing very well.
That's already 2 flashes that he's found value immediately. And it's not on the Astra that he's typically playing.
And remember, Sugar Zero was a really fun cat to watch in Reykjavik in their run. Like, he really came online. And he was a big reason why Zeta played as well as they did. So you've got to keep an eye on him.
Yep.
30 seconds left.
It's interesting because a lot of Zeta's metrics at Reykjavik were actually still poor. They were clawing their way through this.
It was an unconventional run.
And it started at this position, right? Lower bracket in the group stage. It's a good shot at 14 seconds. They are going to get this fight down somehow. This is actually a round that's very doable. Left. 2 rifles now.
And they do have Crow spotted. Famous trying to cut off the rotations. Find themselves in the street. The Prowler forward. Blaze on the swing. Guardian not initially landing, but it does the second time around. Now Blaze left alone, outnumbered. Not a ton of health. They double face. A whole lot of bullets missed, but the kill lands at the end of the day.
Calm and collected for Zeta. They just group up, try to take it really fast so that all that space that Boom gained by having Famous lurk into that site through a link didn't really matter at the end of it. Still finding form. He hasn't dropped that off a single time so far.
Again,
8-1 already.
A very good time back, isn't it?
I know. It's so good right now. Aggressive again. Look at him all the way up. A-long. There's a smoke already put down from Sugar Zero, so they've netted themselves full control. Crow can rotate out, and this was done with 4 players. Remember the Fracture game. They had this 4-1 split going on a lot, and Laz was left in these positions to do it for himself.
And he seems to still be comfortable in that position. The dart.
Where'd they go?
He spots one. And the smoke is going to keep the rest of Boom safe for now. Flipsider choosing to use the lockdown. Nibitol is going to be flanking in through, and now you've got the Nightfall you have to deal with as well. A whole lot of utility used, and it is going to spot a couple members. Det pulls out the finger guns, the pew-pews, and tries to find the kill, and he does onto Blaze King. Famous drops 10, ult not around, Depp isn't either. 3v3 for the round as Nibitol has not left this area of the map. Now he drops the Rolling Thunder, the undulating waves push them back as Crow falls, but Laz still with the op, still healthy, getting past the Hunter's Fury, getting past Famous, and getting past Flipsider.
The spike wasn't down the entire time. If that's not just a slap back of what looked like an okay round. I mean, you got the first kill from Laz, and then they got on the site. They used the lockdown really, really early. I mean, at this point, looks like they are terrified of the stuff that Zeta can throw out because, sure, Zeta came back fast, and maybe that's why they had that lockdown idea in the first place, but oh my goodness, denied.
It was the finger guns. That's a good finger gun scared him away.
Shutting them down.
Not the nightfall and everything else that was thrown at them.
No.
No, the finger guns.
Yep. Definitely just the finger guns. And while Boom have struggled to find success in this first half, they still have a chance to right this ship. They're still, I mean, they're down pretty early. They don't have very much for guns. They've got something here, but
nobody took the space with that drone at all, or the smoke that was thrown out from Berserks. So once again, sure, they cleared out that area, but Zeta doesn't have to react at all.
they're perhaps a bit timid.
The only person in is Berserks. Again, sure, he's going to get the spike down, but he's going to have to dash out, and then almost dies.
Oh, he gets away, and he gets up top. That's a big key of utility that was just cleared out. You just saw Flipsider's Nanoswarm. Gets shot out before it goes off, and that's a key part of their denial.
They've already used so much post-plant utility.
And it hasn't even been tapped, Paula. Hop, smoked off. There's the tap. There's the first. Sugar Zero. It's out famous. Utility. Keeping things at bay for now. He's just on the other side of the wall.
Nobody's defusing yet.
Not yet. And Berserk is getting massive kills, but Sugar Zero.
Still not halved.
No.
There's no time.
No, there's not. No, there's not at all.
They don't need the utility after all. Zeta just can't get the kills. There was no flank, and because of that, there was no control, and they completely aren't able to scale up on them. They just wanted to go for that defuse in the smoke, but they just didn't have the confidence. That's more on Zeta than anything.
Yeah, which is wild, given how we were just talking about how it seemed like Boom were a bit apprehensive themselves.
Yeah. They missed the molly, too. They missed the nanoswarm that was thrown by Flipsider from spawn.
Shorty for last, tour de force up, 12-2 start for him. And it's been primarily the op that's gotten him to this point.
I got the spike.
12-2 for Laz so far. But if you're not scaling with your drone, if you're not scaling with some of the flashes from Tabottle, it's going to continue to pose problems. Laz is up.
Which they are this round.
Dude, look at them again.
Yeah, the alarm bot there.
They don't have a way to disable this. They're all the way up A. Here comes the execute. Look at the flank possibility from Blaze King, too.
Teleport's ready.
Oh, boy.
Well,
Hit him.
that's neutralized. Laz is taking a lot of time dealing with this, but so is Boom. They had the free sight, and the spike just went down.
Flank comes through. Flipsider was swinging out to check it. Unfortunately, he gets a bit more than he bargained for. Depp is fallen. Sugar Zero starting to creep his way forward, but you mentioned it. The flank out from Blaze King is going all the way around while the fight ensues on the site. If they can keep their defenses
Stop
up,
playing for him.
Blaze King can make a play
This
happen,
is a
but
silly game.
It really is. Yes, it is.
They just came right behind them as the spike was planning. All that time that they took, I mean, they literally walked up behind them. The chamber, or the alarm bot went off too. They had to break it.
Yeah.
Unless I missed something.
No, they did.
Well, we're here with it, so.
Laz still has the op. Light armor here. Berserk has his blades. Again, a broken buyout from Boom.
They're going to fight. Laz is up here on top of the box. Could be some easy shots for him.
Yeah, well, there's a flash there, and he holds his ground.
Oh, interesting smoke, actually.
The second one through, and they're not expecting it. Oh, dear. The flash. This again. This again. This time, it's 10 who falls.
You should run.
Now they've got the lockdown to work with, and it's going to create some space. The nice thing about this, too, is you don't...
Dude, if he gets out into long C and then kills them all because they're not looking, I'm going to lose my mind.
Paula, I have some bad news for you. He's gotten out into long C.
Looks like he's paying attention at least.
I may need a new color caster if ball
Spike
just
planted.
dies at the end of this round. And they're going to walk right into him.
Oh, my
dear.
goodness.
Blades gone. The second not found.
Star already out on the spike. They're playing post plant once again.
Depp has gotten across the site using his wall. And you saw him playing
what a
that smoke. As
what
you
a smoke
mentioned, the
dart.
dart was so good. It was so good, but Laz is up, continues to cause problems. It continues to wreak havoc onto Boom.
They still have an aftershock, but he can't find a good angle to use it. They're at half.
Last
Oh,
player
the
standing.
swing is not great out from Crow. But he gets the kill. Blaze King falls.
One enemy remaining.
Tebetol's gonna do it himself. No, Crow holds the defuse.
And it works out again. The retake for Zeta on C has been successful twice now.
Well, it helps when you have Sugar Zero, who's tucked all the way down long.
Oh, that too, but only got one kill out of that. And they ended up being in the positions that they wanted to anyways, right? Right down long C. But the thing is, there's so many players fighting up close still. And there's just no concern here from Zeta the entire...
Yeah.
Thunder sticks out, and for good reason. This might be a stomp.
Certainly has the makings of it, doesn't it?
They're suppressed.
Gun round here for Boom. Another opportunity to find some traction, find some momentum.
I feel like they're dealing with way too many things right now in terms of the problems that they're facing.
Boom.
Yes. Last opping, the knife that continues to hit them at the beginning of every single round. Berserk's not able to find a single entry.
Depp has played well. Sugar Zero's played well. The Rolling Thunder's not going to hit anyone. Oh, sorry, I hit one. But they've got a really nice nightfall and a paranoia to counter. But somehow Flipsider gets two. He gets a third. It certainly didn't look like the round where they would find value, but alas, here's where we are. Laz in a 1v2. The op shot misses. The Headhunter does as well.
You can fight a 1v1 right now if you can.
Does he just drop down? Does he just go for it recklessly? Smoked off now, has to take the scenic route. All the way around, still has that op. Second smoke through, the spam not gonna land. He goes back up top. Oh, if they hadn't heard him before, they did then.
There's no more bullets.
Oh. And Blaze from down below. Laz never really saw him. Cleans him up. Boom, get a third.
That was a really good recovery from Boom, but mostly just because of the individual firepower that came out. The 3K from Flipsider. Here it is, from his perspective. Oh, he random the second one. Poor 10.
Those are always so much fun.
What a cool retake attempt, too, from Zeta. You saw the wall come out from over top of a link from Depp.
Yep.
Look for that again, although we might not get a chance to see it. 2 more rounds left in the half, and somehow Zeta's money is broken, given the last round at C ended up just being 1 player left. There we go.
That might be their first kill.
At least for Berserk.
Yeah. And it's an excellent start, too, because it's on to Laz, who's been so problematic.
It's definitely Laz's first death. First death.
Yeah.
But how do you capitalize? They're scared of the pistols right now.
I mean, Depp also has his ult.
Found a little value last time.
A little. You got to be terrified that you're walking into a trap of some sort.
And just be. There's 4 players on A. It might indeed be a trap.
That drone was used from spawn, and it only cleared out A main. It didn't go up long. It barely checked the cubbies. It didn't check anything short.
Going in with no info. And this paranoia could be massive. The stuns could be massive.
10 has the knife. Crow's gone. 10 is 2.
Overdrive up.
Hear the ult. Use.
Oh my
Berserk
God.
goes down. Tebetol goes 2. Depp has found 2. He swings around. And given how this map is gone, there's a chance he gets them all. But Flipsider again, the leader from Boom, stops him.
A little mini comeback here for Boom. Couple rounds in a row now. Very scary that they walk again into the stack. That could have been a second thrifty win for Zeta in 1 half. This is ridiculous.
It's interesting, too. The swing off the Prowler was just so good.
You actually also saw Zeta be really concerned about the dart that could come in.
Yeah.
So they weren't ready to have that actual... Ooh, Laz. getting more aggressive in these last 2 rounds than ever before.
I like that. Again, this is a different spice that was maybe lacking from Zeta and Reykjavik. They didn't have that killer instinct to them. They were much more methodical.
Sure. They do regionally, though. That's the big difference. The quality of the team they're playing against at all times. And there you actually saw Boom try to go for it. Sneaky smoke play on that B site, but you don't do that against a team that has Sugar Zero on.
I have the spike.
They try to get past the trademark. And Ten's just like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. Another really early lockdown.
And that really doesn't get a whole lot. You haven't cleared out Heaven, you haven't cleared out Hell, you haven't cleared out Link.
It's like an anti-breach lockdown, all the way far away so they can't break it, but there's no breach.
Try to get out onto the site, and Depp is still down in Hell. Remember, that was one of the spots that we mentioned. It was not cleared out by the ult. Depp goes aggressive. Depp gets the kill. 3 on the round for him so far, but Blaze stops it. He can't stop it for long, though. Boom managed to get a couple of rounds together, but Zeta really...
Example of it will for sure have potentially more examples on the desk, but there's way too much going wrong for them. And they have so little confidence to actually run full strats against Zeta right now.
Oh, and it's such a brutal combination because on top of that, Zeta are playing exceptionally well. Laz looks really good. Depp looks really good too.
Because actually the situation between Berserks and Ten were very similar. Both guys taking the most opening duels on their team, and they were losing them to great effect. Both around 1 in 5. First kills to first death.
Note here the utility from Flipsider on the left side of this site. He's not going to knife. I don't believe he's going to hit. So yeah, the utility is going to be a problem. It's just going to delay. And off of that, you see Zeta take a step back, understanding that there very likely will be a flank coming in from Garage once that utility has gone off.
And they haven't used their own utility, so they could re-exec at any point. That's the difference. Intentionally breaking the Killjoy setup that was on B first before actually making a decision. Now just waiting for a pick. Classic Zeta. Much, much slower than we saw them try to be on Fracture. Much more like the Ascent against Loud. Might net them a kill. No! Flipsider with a great play. Blaze King just recalls the smoke. He tucks himself in, and Crow's gone.
Nothing quite like a top fragging Killjoy. Sugar Zero gets a spike down. This is where they wanted to go from the beginning. They've also got Ten who's pushed really far up into Link, and he's going to flash just on the other side of smoke. There are 2 people there, but the Frenzy finds nothing. Can Sugar Zero find any of it? 10 there. All of the members of Zeta are just dying, but Laz once again shows up to save the day. Back behind enemy lines. And he's going to have to do it again, this time with 3 bullets, 19 HP. Flipsider jumped onto the smoke, and I don't know that... I think they knew where he was, but Blaze King's going to clean him up. Flipsider 1 step closer to having that lockdown. And the pistol in favor of Boom.
That's both pistols now as well for Boom. So they've got themselves some path into this game simply because they maintained those 2 rounds. The first half, they didn't really gain anything from it because they immediately got thrifted. But huge props as well to Blaze King on this round. I think he's been one of the guys who's been showing the most initiative in this game for Indonesia. And once again, there, the recall smoke, and then the gravel that was massive on A-Link after. It was certainly something I didn't want to watch again.
The gravel really did set the round.
Yeah. Recalled smoke instead of the gravel. This time Laz is going to challenge.
And Berserk has a Vandal. Oh, and he's finding them all.
Spike down A.
He's finding the kills. 4v2 here in Sugar Zero and 10 are both weak.
2 people who can do some damage, though, with the utility. But they probably won't want to spend it at this point, but they do recover Spectre. Note the quick flank possibility here from Flipsider.
Yeah.
And all 3 players on A. He knows what's happening.
Right, and nothing to really cover the flank either. There's one of the Spectres that you mentioned.
Enemy remaining.
So it found a little something, did a little bit of damage.
Dude, it is wild that the scoreline is 8-6 right now.
Yeah, it is.
It's 2 rounds separate these teams. Because I was feeling like this was absolutely over. But I think something we forget is how Zeta only won 1 round on attack side on Ascent against Loud.
Yeah, that's not great.
So clearly something was wrong with their attack sides, which I thought were fantastic regionally in Reykjavik. That could be a pressure thing so far here at Champions.
Speaking of pressure, look at how far up A main they are.
They've got the trademark, but it might be smoked off.
Oh, no, it's not.
Just barely inside of it.
Now the question is, do they go back and do they fight the flank that's coming their way?
10 has to.
Just continue to push forward. You're right, 10.
There's no escape. Crow can get back for him, though, with the Prowler, but he's now stuck, too.
Yeah, he's somehow made his positioning perhaps even worse, unless he finds all the kills that he
Somehow
needs.
10, though. He's gotten better positioning.
Clean. One shot. Now they know where he is. Now they know they've got someone they have to worry about behind them. Meanwhile, the spike was planted down C. Look at Depp is just gone exploring. He's playing a different game right now. 2 members left, and they're still back in spawn. Laz, not able to connect anything on the first shot. He's pushed off the angle. He has to run away and tuck. Depp still close by. Laz continuing to be the recon dart. Find
Zero's
info.
turn.
Yeah. A little sidestep. And perhaps a kill on the other side. There it is. Depp shows up. Sugar Zero does too. Zeta get to 9.
Let's King tried to smoke off Garage, but everybody was on the outside of that, and then the final swing as well from Depp. Just really well played off contact. And let's see. We do have a decent buy here for Boom. Obviously, they got their opportunity to bonus up with the fantastic anti-eco. And Berserks has his knives. He's playing up top B right now. So it doesn't look like there'll be too much shenanigans, except if somebody actually peeks window on him.
Which I'm really surprised too, because they have the utility set up to control a main. I think off the fault line he'd take short and challenge or something like that, but no.
Well, with just the dart there, you actually give yourself a lot of information, especially how Zeta's been playing the default so far. It hasn't been inside of A main. So they can't break it. They're trying to spam the nanoswarm down right now. But they just can't. They know it's there.
And they know it's a problem on the other side too, man.
And it's surprising that Flip actually hasn't popped it yet. He's going to go for it. And minimal damage actually exchanged here.
How did they get away with that? The setup looked like it could be so problematic, so devastating.
Set up off the alarm bot here, but he'll pop it to swing. Because I think they're more concerned about what's going on the rest of the map since they've been pressuring Garage so hard. And Zeta won't peek into B. So Boom has made the right read.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of building Zeta up until this point.
I'm wondering if Tabata will have his fault line up in time right now. Because there's not really any utility here.
Other than the blades. They were around. They took care of Laz. Then they fall. Zeta just cracks the side open.
There.
You've got Blaze King, who's going to be on the flank again, and that's leaving poor Flipsider, who's been, again, top fragging. Left to do it all on his own. He's able to take one with him, but not much more. A 1v2 for Blaze is, again, he's going to show up just a bit late, and he's going to be showing up from sides unexpected.
I do like that smoke, though. It gives fall. I mean, they're just both in hell watching him. That smoke gives false information that he might try to creep out spawn, but Zeta's so wise to it. These tricks, sometimes they're working out for Blaze King, but most of the time, Zeta's so aware.
Again, Berserk was good to get one with the blade there. But then the punch behind this hit, they come out of short, they come out long, they come out at the exact same time, and they just overwhelm the defenses of Boom.
But what I was mentioning before that hit was going on was there was no utility defensively, so little things for Zeta to react to, and it makes it so easy to trade in that situation. When you're not blind, when you're not stunned, when you don't have to deal with a dart.
Berserk has just made his way all up long by himself with nothing but a frenzy. And the Prowler went around the smoke, so it didn't spot him.
And the trademark's not on this side of the map, so this flank will actually be good. And with the early entry from Flipsider again, who's playing fantastic, this could get really hairy. 10 has to be aware right now.
And surely you don't expect someone coming in from behind like this. Oh, 10! What a shot!
One enemy remaining.
Oh, that could have been so good.
He flipped at the last second. Dude, there's always, I mean, in these rounds on the attack side so far, this moment where it's like on the other side, it's just a crazy war breaking out. And then Dep's just on the other side of the map, inside their spawn, like, where's everybody?
Spawn is clear.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
What can Blaze King find with this Sheriff? Maybe 1 kill. Not even that. He is going to go down, so he'll have the Cosmic Divide in for the next round. Zeta preserve all of their weapons. They preserve full armor in both 10 and Dep. And money heavily in favor of Zeta's vision here.
Okay, he was looking at top. I like the one guy on the right with his phone.
Not quiet. 5 ultimates on the attacking side. Everything available to him.
Let's play.
Dep is fast up Garage too. With the smoke already. Flip does not have a setup this time. Nanos are inside of Garage. The link.
Knife into the link, not going to spot anything.
Destroyed.
Again, the smoke, really the only bit of defense that they had in that moment.
That wall just gives so much pressure onto that C side, but they don't really react at all. They didn't pop any utility. They broke what's that? Oh, hold on, this engagement. Good flash again, gets Berserks off the angle.
Are they expecting something there?
Just pop his dash. Stays on the angle though.
Stays, the cloud burst. He's going back in, and the shorty finds a second. He's not done. The Hunter's Fury to try to keep them back, to try to provide some cover for him to cause more.
Flip. He felt that. That went straight with his arm movement.
I mean, opposite side of the map, too.
That could have been huge if you got that kill, because all of a sudden you're pressured on this A site. You have no more control the rest of the map.
30 seconds
Take
left.
the challenge back to Tabottle, but
I mean, the reckless antics from Berserk very well may have just won Boom this round.
Last player standing.
it's close.
Spike down.
That spike
A.
though, and definitely. But also super slow for Zeta to react after he went for that dash, got the kill with the shorty. That took so long, and it actually netted Famous a lot of damage with that Hunter's Fury. That was finally a really, really good defensive play. There's nobody else here for Berserks. The ult is coming out for Famous right now.
And 10 had to back up because of that Hunter's Fury, yeah, so that buys enough window for him to go in, grab a gun, try to fight some more. Laz, who had the reaction that you mentioned at the end of the previous round with the operator, 19 and 10 right now, so he's doing just fine. He's getting his, and Berserk's trying to get his. Oh, nah.
Can't dash away.
I mean, he doesn't seem to care, though. And there's no real challenge. It was only because Berserk decided to peek again. They're going to try to get into C. They've gotten in through Garage, but Blaze King was tucked the entire time.
And Drone's coming out now to clear last two. Definitely a fantastic round here from Boom. Berserk's, again, the aggressiveness for him nets him so much value.
I don't think the drone spotted him. It should have expired before it got to Cubby.
Dart misses too.
Sidestepping in and out of the pulses of the dart now goes forward. Famous might be the first one to go down if he steps just a bit too far. Shoulder taken off. How much more damage can Laz do? Blaze doesn't have a ton of credits here.
And Flip and Blaze are split up right now. He can't actually trade them. If he walks up on Blaze, it could be crazy. Trying to clear out the Cubby there. Finally, they get close to each other. There's the lockdown I was mentioning.
They're investing in.
He has space back sight here, but he already put down his TP on the other side, so, if he gets back to it, wanted to plant to get back to his TP, and then he'd maybe have enough time to survive inside of that Cubby, but I highly doubt it.
And it was well played from Blaze and Flipsider in that instance to split up and apply pressure. As soon as they realized he had gotten the spike and he could get it down, try to cut off any sort of exit or entry point, really.
Curious as well, I'm not exactly wise to exactly what 10 was trying to do with his no command. Kind of just executing on the C site, that's okay, but usually on Haven, especially when you send them off on a mission like that, you want it to do a little bit more than simply deny the players on the
And to be honest, man, I don't know that they They very well may invest a lot, but this feels like a just Dep go try to find something with your ult.
I'm out of here.
And of course, he's the first one up. The thing is, look at all of that Killjoy utility on B.
He is targetable with the knife. If they spot the utility, you'll expect Killjoy to be somewhere in the vicinity of A-Link or B or C-Link.
The drone spots something first. Alarm bot goes down. Both nano swarms used. So they've taken care of that step, and that was a big one. Relay, famous, and there's the ult. Dep has gotten through. He's going hunting.
Didn't get the gun though.
He's got two. It's his fingers. Dep. Oh, but Flipsider in his face gets the kill with the classic.
And it's to bottle again as well to rack up a bunch of kills here. There's a lot of players right now starting to frag a lot for Boom. This is getting really shaky. The lead that was 5 rounds moments ago now down to 2 again.
We do have to remember that that was an eco round for him, but you're right.
They went for it here though. A lot of utility invested there. The ult as well. 15 HP.
What a hold. All right, now they're back to guns. They still have ults to work with. But Boom do as well.
Look at this. Laz has gotten all the way up into short with that Prowler already, with the smoke from Sugar Zero.
Know that the Debitol is on the other side of the map. He's over at C, and he's got that Rolling Thunder. And that looks like that may be where they're headed. Unless they pivot off of Laz, finding value at A.
So patient on both sides. 10 just flashed in the garage. No reaction out of Boom.
Here.
Laz has just been waiting the entire time in sewers, really not doing anything with the space that they gained early on. Berserk's still on the A-long angle, though. So, potentially go back into B and have Laz flank play. That could definitely net some value.
That's a lot of utility use, man. That's not a bluff to clear things out. At least it doesn't look like it. They've got the Rolling Thunder, and oh.
Sugar Zero just TP'd in,
Yeah.
so no more TPs for him. He's got his ult, though.
Where's he going to go?
Back to C-long.
30 seconds.
Just to get some info. They drop the Nightfall to clear out Garage, try to clear out some of C, but the Gravity Wall keeps him back. Blaze King again with his utility causes problems for Zeta. And he's in the same little ratty spot that he was in before. This time they've spotted him, and it doesn't matter. What a hold from Boom!
Again and again. Zeta falter on these approaches. B side, not open. That ult just pushed them right back. And they pivot into death. Blaze King with a 3K.
Let's go! All the ultimates that we've been talking about for Zeta Division, gone. The money, not great. The guns, very light.
Taking it fast to Berserks. Already up sewers.
And that was a straight up challenge.
Famous
though.
is here.
There was no outburst. There was no nothing. It was just a challenge. And now Dep slips his way in. Berserk has the op. He picked it up. And he drops it almost as instantly as he gets it.
And they don't have that breach ult anymore. What they do have is the Asher Wall. But Blaze King is so slow on the flank. He's already out flip.
They've gotten the side back. Dep has the op.
One
Pro
enemy remaining.
no longer around. Can Dep do this himself? In a 1v3, you mentioned the Cosmic Divide. Flip on the tap. Dep going forward. Nothing. The lead is gone, Bala.
From 5 to 2 to 0. 11-11. Zeta has lost control and Boom has taken the firm opportunity to snatch it from them.
Spike planted.
What a play out from Flip.
Again, no utility, and it works. That did such a good job to actually take the fight to them.
Yeah. Let's go.
And just like Zeta right now, the fans have got to feel the same way. Map 1 was in their grasp. Right now, honestly, I'm favoring Boom to finish this out.
I agree. I mean, they've won 5 rounds in a row. Momentum is heavily their way. They have 3 ults to work with. They've got money. They have so much money.
And And Zeta, meanwhile, very close to desolation. They lose this round. This could easily be them saving the next, not having anything, and losing the game.
Yeah. Famous taking a step back. You see Berserk there with the operator trying to look down short. He's going to back up as well. They're feeling the pressure. The fast lane, the paranoia, the flashes. They should be able to get onto the site, but what are they playing back for? They're still being so cautious about working up towards short.
Forget the lockdown's going to be here. Berserks just dodged the knife, potentially going for an updraft play. Once this hit starts to come, but everybody's tucked underneath everything. Here comes the lockdown.
Do they have anything to clear it out? I don't think they do. And whatever there may have been is now gone.
They want to fight, but they don't have the tools to do it. And they're all left on site by themselves. The wall, too, they're getting the kills anyways.
The only person who should be on the outside of it is Sugar Zero and Laz. And those are the only two that remain. Oh, Sugar Zero swings out! The Cosmic Divide not keeping him back. Laz is going to have to go forward. He's going to have to challenge it. This shot is going to be filthy if he lands it, but he doesn't get the diffuser!
There's no way! He does it all!
Match point.
Laz tried so hard. I don't even know how he got that shot. It looked like he shot through the entire wall.
And it had to have literally just been the barrel of the operator that made its way through the wall.
Unbelievable. Sugar Zero had a chance too. It looked like that frag. Here it is. I mean, what? I mean. And reminder, they somehow got a nice buy here. They still got the op for Laz. The loss bonus is strong right now.
Yeah, it's not as bad as
Laz is just, oh my
this
goodness.
could have been. Thunder Suri out. 10, committing onto the plan and paying for it with his life.
Face your
But they've gotten the spike down. The knife falls out very early. The paranoia, the Prowlers, again, they just want to fight. They want to leave nothing to chance, and Sugar Zero walks into a crossfire that has 3 members of Boom Esports waiting for him.
They're overheating.
Yeah, they are.
Blade's just got a star back too. The smoke's going down.
Zerk on the defuse. He's gotten it to half. Again, a 2 before the spams through, and it's much like the end of the previous round. With